Here's a wild fact. Most Americans have never read the Constitution, but they'll throw it in your face like it's a Bible verse. Let's fix that. Episode 2, what the Constitution actually says. The Constitution is structured in 3 parts. The Preamble, which sets the vibe, the Articles, which set up government, and the amendments, which correct and update the mess. Article 1, Congress. Article 2, the President. Article 3, the courts. The rest, checks, balances, and power moves. But the real tea, it's in the amendments. That's where you get rights. More on that next.
We the people wave around the Constitution than actually read it. But I do. Let's talk about it.
We the people, ayy, still alive, still legal. Ayy, read that law, feel that flame. Call that right out by its name.
This is constitutional law for people in a hurry, smart, funny, real. Because rights are not real if you do not know you have them.
We the people, who? You and me. Time to know this history. It is not just text, it is a tool of fight. We the people, say it right.
America's messiest family drama, the United States government. Today, we are talking about the 3 branches. Now, don't run away just yet, okay? This ain't no dusty civics lecture. This is real life housewives of DC, and the Constitution is the reunion episode. Section 1, the tree has 3 branches. When the framers were cooking up the Constitution, they said, let's split power up so nobody ends up king. We just fought a whole war over that. So boom, they created 3 branches of government. Legislative makes the laws, executive is supposed to enforce the laws, and the judicial is supposed to interpret the laws. So each one got its own lane. So let's talk about the legislative. The legislative branch, aka Congress, has 2 parts. The House of Representatives, that one has 435 members based on population. So the more people there are in a state, the more reps you get. But the Senate is different. The Senate is fixed at 100 members, 2 per state, no matter how big or small the state is. So yes, California, our biggest state in the union, and Wyoming got the same number of senators. But here's the power check. Congress is supposed to write laws, declare war, approve budgets, impeach presidents, and Supreme Court justices too. Fun fact, there's only been like 4 impeachments in the entire history of the United States, and 2 of them was for the same guy. Hold dramatic hearings where they ask 5-minute questions and give 0 minutes for answers. So next up we have the executive branch. That's the president, the vice president, and all the departments, agencies, and security clearances they bring with them. Think of it like the CEO of America, but with nuclear codes and a press secretary. So here's the power check. The president's supposed to do these things: sign or veto bills from Congress. Fun fact, he has to sign the whole thing or veto the whole thing. He can't pick and choose the parts that he wants. That's why they got to get it right the first time. He commands the military. That's why the president is called the commander-in-chief, and they report to him. He also negotiates treaties with foreign countries, but the Senate has to approve a lot of those treaties. He appoints judges and cabinet members. You see how important that is. Judges are playing such a huge role in our communities right now. And the cabinet members, well, you've watched the news lately. He also pardons folks like it's a monopoly, get out of jail free card. And we've seen a lot of pardons lately, but the president exclusively has that power. So the judicial branch, black robes and big decisions. Under the judicial branch, aka the courts, it's topped off by the Supreme Court. So these folks get lifetime jobs, no term limits. So for the power check for the court, here's what they get to do under the Constitution. They're the ones who get to interpret the Constitution. And by the way, Madison versus Marbury said they're the only ones who get to do that. They also get to strike down laws that go too far. And that's any act of government if they feel like it violates the Constitution. And to handle beefs between states, the people and the government, because somebody's got to do it, right, when we don't agree. So their job is to say what the law means. Now, what you think it means after watching a TikTok breakdown from your cousin's barbershop philosopher friend, that's not it, okay? It's what the Supreme Court says. So now let's move to section 5, checks, balances, and shade. Now here's where it gets juicy. Checks and balances. It's like a petty version of rock, paper, scissors. Everybody got receipts, everybody got limits, no one gets full control. In theory, Congress can override a veto if the president decides to veto a law. The president can appoint judges, but he needs Senate approval. Courts can strike down laws and executive orders. Congress can impeach judges and presidents. So why should you care? Because the system runs your life. Who writes your student loan policy? Congress. Who signs off on immigration bans? The president. Who decides if abortion is legal or not? The court. Knowing who holds the pen helps you push the paper. If you don't understand the branches, you'll spend your whole life yelling at the wrong tree, literally. And there it is, the US government, a three-headed beast in a business suit. Next episode, we're digging into the Bill of Rights, the 10 Commandments of American Freedom. And spoiler alert, they left out a lot. So, like, subscribe, and share with someone who still thinks the president can make laws. And remember, you don't have to go to law school to flex your rights. You just gotta understand the playbook. Stay woke, stay legal, and stay ready. The branches might be shaky, but your knowledge, solid.
We the people wave around the Constitution than actually read it. But I do. Let's talk about it.
We the people, hey, still alive, still legal. Hey, read that law, feel that flame. Call that right out by its name.
This is constitutional law for people in a hurry, smart, funny, real. Because rights are not real if you do not know you have them.
We the people, who, you and me. Time to know this history. It is not just text, it is a tool of fight. We the people, say it right.